Welcome to your Neighbours spoilers for next week, 2nd to the 6th of November, somehow, 2020. Sorry we took last week off, I had a baby, so there was no choice, I had to. It's tiring. Anyway, we're back now with your full week of spoilers, so let's see what's going on in Ramsey Street next week. There is more trouble for Ned. After his return to the good old maze of doom, Scarlett has gone missing, and his bloody palette knife was found at the scene. That now leads to Ned being suspected of her murder. Levi is sure that Ned did it, he's not giving him the benefit of the doubt at all, whereas Yashvi is a little bit more on the fence. They find out some more information that Scarlett's clothes were washed up on a beach along the route back from the Maze of Doom, which really doesn't help Ned's case. Yashvi, though, is keen to try and prove his innocence, and she's fighting the case with Detective Graves. He's the new detective on the case, and hopefully nothing like the last one. B2 is confident that Ned didn't do anything, and she voices her frustrations to Levi about it, but Ned himself, he isn't so sure. He can't remember what happened there, because presumably Scarlett drugged him, and he talks to Paul about how he thinks that he did it. Paul calls in a favour from good old Beverly, who comes back to town to do another hypnosis session on him. It seems to be all she does, is just pop up for hypnosis sessions and occasionally throw things at Sheila. But Beverly, ever by the book, says that if Ned does confess to something, she'll have to tell the police. Ned, though, keeps it to himself what he sees when he's under hypnosis, but what he does see convinces him of one thing. He thinks he has killed Scarlett. All he can do now is tell the police, and when he does, he's carted off in a police car. Is Ned going to be charged and sent to prison for the murder of Scarlett? Well, probably not, because she's alive and well and keeping an eye on everything in Erinsborough. She's not pleased when Ned gets out on bail, and when she hears that Bee's slagging her off, well, Bee's just got herself an enemy in Scarlett. There's problems for Sheila. She's pulling away from Clive after the whole hacking his computer thing and changing Levi's records. Honestly, Sheila, what are you doing? Kyle is burnt after the whole barbecue fiasco, but he's alright at least in getting treatment. But Clive realises he needs to talk to Sheila and find out exactly what's going on. He also tries to do a little bit of mind games with her by trying to make her jealous. He asks Jane if they can go on a fake date, and then he does the same thing with Beverly. But in the end, Sheila confesses what she did, and Clive realises that it is time they call time on their relationship. Clive and Sheila are over. Hopefully not for long though, because, you know, Jeff Payne, I love him in the show, it's great having him in the credits, but considering he's running for a very different role in Australia right now, this could be the end of Clive for some time. Pierce has cheated on Chloe now, and he does the only thing that a millionaire can do in that situation. He names a bottle of wine after her. This upsets Dippy, who realises that obviously she's not Pierce's, Chloe is. But Chloe isn't overly thrilled on the bottle of wine thing, and it doesn't have the effect that Pierce was hoping for. Shane, he causes more problems when he steals Scarlett's journal and could get into trouble with the police about it, and these series of events once again lead Dippy and Pierce back into each other's arms and their, more private areas. Ned's exhibition is no more, and his paintings are all moved away into storage. Paul, though, isn't pleased with his portrait, especially when he hears people taking the mick out of it, and he wants to get rid of it. But the painting disappears. Also, Paul's painting, it's great. I think it's a really good painting. I don't understand how Paul's got a problem with it. It's not like the Mrs. Mangle one. I guess that's what it's supposed to feel like it's like. But, yeah, no, I think Ned did a great job on that one. And finally, more from Nicolette, Neighbours resident super bitch in the making. Audrey is causing more problems with her over the whole lottery ticket fiasco, and Nicolette is very quick to shut her down. Carl, though, sees what's going on and thinks that Nicolette may in fact be bullying Audrey. Meanwhile, Susan has had just about enough of poor old Jane. She's always around, she's leading Carl astray, but luckily, not in the old style leading Carl astray way. But either way, Susan says that Jane has to move out of number 28. Is this the end of the funniest house trio we've had in quite some time? Today's spoilers for Neighbours next week. What are you looking forward to? What are you not? Let us know in the comments down below. Look out for our interview with Jan Russ coming very shortly as well. If you don't know who Jan Russ is, shame on thee. But she was the casting producer for Neighbours, and she hired pretty much everybody for the first 25 years on the show, so I'm sure she's going to have some amazing stories to tell us, so keep an eye out for that one. Spoilers for EastEnders and Coronation Street both coming back as well. Again, apologies for the break last week, but we are back now. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, see you next time.